On the fields of pigskin, there are football games. And there are those that are so incredible where they must be retold for generations. The greatest games are ones where the unbelievable becomes real. When legends and tall tales are born, reality itself will bend and twist in ways never thought possible. For that is the glory to behold. To those walking into Paul Brown Stadium on a Sunday afternoon before the game, they will see one thing: greatness. Week 5 of the 2021 NFL season brings to us an unexpected heavyweight matchup. In Cincinnati, Ohio, little in terms of quality football has been played in the past 5 years, but today that will change. A return to glory is on the docket. To them, the Bengals are reviving. A team once lost in the wilderness, holding a broken fan base and shattered identity, have found the light. Joe Burrow resurrected from the torn ACL grave to relieve them of sin. His play has helped to bring a foreign concept to the area: hope. Skying balls to Jamar Chase, a defense that has rounded back into the stout form of years past and finally humming along. For the Bengals, they are playing with house money. Anything besides the bungling of the past half-decade is relief enough for their suffering. There are very few remnants of that game, but time eventually heals all wounds. Entering the gladiatorial coliseum of today, the first true test for the Bengals. A legitimate contender that is entering a far more critical state in their current era. The Green Bay Packers see this year as their last chance after years of coming up short. Tension cracks are showing despite the strong performances on the field. They got smacked by New Orleans in neutral territory to start the season, and it forced them not to take opponents lightly. With how many key players are going to be free agents after this season, they can't. Particularly against an upstart team looking to punch someone in the mouth. As the game commences, it starts out innocently enough. The defenses hold strong in the face of adversity. Aaron Rodgers is picked by the slimy paws of a Bengals defender. Green Bay tried to bribe the refs, but they were already balked. Diamond Joe Burrow, however, was not. He is the main catalyst for their success, and allows Cincy to not only convert a 4-3, but draw first blood. Aaron Rodgers isn't one to allow his opponents to lord over him, however. He spirals the ball with beauty and elegance, and allows the Packers to respond in kind, with a cherry on top of the reliable Mason Crosby.
Oh no!
The usually reliable Mason Crosby. Let's sweep this off to the side. All that needs to be said is that Green Bay is also sweeping off the Bungles to the side. With precision and timely play, they allow Crosby, the Wisconsin wonder, to prove his last kick was a fluke and give the Packers the lead. Hallelujah. Joe Burrow must counter. He must make his own miracles, goddammit, since he won't win otherwise. Dude, just slide. No shame in fighting another day, man. Now Fox and their injury fetish allows us to see you unconscious on the ground. Paul Brown Stadium was tense. Could they be without their star quarterback for the game? Don't worry, folks. A cocktail of painkillers and the Shield's patented concussion shakedown allow him back onto the field. Glory to the NFL. And glory to the Packers for their offenses dominating the Bengals' defense again. All is at peace as Milwaukee might forces their way down the field on a touchdown to Davante Adams. It is almost halftime. The seconds are limited, but these aren't your ordinary Bungles.
And now he fires downfield to Jamar Chase. He's got it! Wow! And takes it all the way for a Bengals touchdown, 70 yards!
They have talent again. People were calling Jamar Chase a bust during the preseason. He's making them all eat shit like this poor Packers defender. A 16-14 contest at half. We have a game, but it's not great yet. That part is still to come. Not here. Joe Burrow forced a pass like Mike Brown forced Cincy to agree to bend over to his will. Like that stadium deal, it gains traction but is instantly reviled as the Bengals manage to stop the Packers in their tracks. Cue another field goal from Mason Crosby. And cue more magic from Chase, using the powers of magnetism to grab this deflected ball. They didn't do much else in the drive, but praise be to sorcery. Aaron Rodgers responds in kind by doing the thing with Davante Adams again. Now all of Cincy is drowning in unpasteurized cheese. Mason Crosby does another thing to give the Packers a lead by 8. Time is getting short. The Bengals must respond. Joe Burrow, under the glories of 1,000 painkillers, leads the Bengals down the field with clutch play after clutch play. It all sets up a Joe Mixon run for a touchdown, followed by a tactful 2-point conversion. Game tied. kitty definitely goes meow. But did they leave too much time? Aaron Jones is gashing the defenses with a barrage of runs to the Bengal 20. The defense holds, but it sets up a potential 36-yard dagger on the leg of Mason Crosby.
3 for 3 today, and this one is no good!
Holy shit, he missed. You see, kids, the announcer jinx is very, very real. The wind trolled him, and Cincy now has a chance to win. Just over 2 minutes left in the game, 2 timeouts. They get somewhere, but Evan McPherson will have to try a lengthy 57-yard field goal to win.
McPherson's kick is off the upright!
The gods proceed to troll him as well. They're Packers fans, aren't they? Green Bay still has 20 seconds left. And Devontae did another thing. That's it. Mason isn't missing again. Game over. Roll the credits and take it away.
His kick from 51 yards out. It's no good.
Well, it was a tougher kick than the first one. We're actually going to overtime in this game because nobody can make a kick now. Maybe Joe Burrow can do something?
Tied at 22. Burrow. Oh my goodness! Intercepted by Devontae Campbell.
Not the thing I had in mind, but I guess I'll take it. The Packers can't do shit, but they get another chance at glory with Mason Crosby.
On the first play from scrimmage in overtime, Crosby from 40. It is no good.
He missed again. Jesus Christ, he fucking missed again. What the hell is going on with kickers this fucking week? I'll never understand how NFL teams allow kickers that just miss kicks. And a ninja aside, Mason Crosby has to be in hell. He's one of the most reliable kickers in the league. 27 straight makes and then he just falls off a map. His confidence has to be shot right now. And it's happened to him before. Back in 2018 at Ford Field. He just kept pulling his kicks wide and allowed Matt Patricia to pretend he was a good coach. Just saying, you might have to burn your cleats again, dude. Maybe Green Bay can burn this game as Jamar Chase continued his chemistry with Joe Burrow. Packer Nation is now shitting cheese curds. Pain abound as Cincy tries another long 49-yard field goal.
49-yard attempt for the win. McPherson's kick is off the upright.
Okay, now this is getting fucking ridiculous. That kick was goddamn tried and true and the gods used the fucking winds of fate to curve it inversely. Will the asshole at the Buffalo Wild Wings stop hitting the overtime button? Nobody's enjoying this besides the sick fucks who like to see fan bases squirm. Green Bay now gets another miracle and can potentially win again. Mercedes Lewis flexes his seniority and his might with another catch with authority down the field. Second and long, Cincinnati counters as the Packers are down to their third-string left tackle. Sacked and out of field goal range. Aaron Rodgers, you're gonna need to play God again.
Rodgers looking. Now he throws, and it is Randall Cobb who makes the catch.
Motherfuck, he did it. An absolute prayer, and Randall Cobb makes a fantastic catch in traffic. Now they're back in field goal range and... oh lord. 4th and 1. You gotta bring out the battle-worn Mason Crosby to try and win again. For the love of all that is holy, please don't miss.
2 minutes remain in overtime. Crosby's kick, this time, is good!
Well, I'd say that was something. Silver Fox's redemption, even though he will probably still burn his cleats after the game. Cincinnati may have suffered a brutal loss, but they shouldn't take it too hard. This match has shown us that the Bengals can keep pace with quality opponents, and offer tantalizing upside once things finally get up to speed down there. The Escaluzar may be open for business, but it runs on feelings of optimism. Even Joe Burrow gets a prize for his efforts, being rushed to a hospital after the game for a throat contusion. Looks like he'll need plenty more painkillers to go with his painkillers. The drugs he'll be injected with, the greatest game. It's all we need to no longer feel pain.
Yes, they did! Packers win! And I didn't see it because of freaking Fox! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Heinz Field, a place where magic has happened. Both in terms of fantastic victory and hilarious hijinks, this hallowed ground has brought us some of the most majestic football our eyes have seen. For a nondescript Sunday game, there is much on the line for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They've won incredibly ugly this season, with a combination of insane luck, weak opponents that have somehow stayed in games until the end, and bribing officials to gift them a win against Chicago. Life is good. We all know the conclusion to this season. The Steelers are going to the Super Bowl. Do not deny it. Yinzer arrogance will consume you all, and you will enjoy every second of it. Especially as their opponent is the Detroit Lions, one of the worst teams in terms of talent thrown out onto a field in recent memory. On the opposite side of the spectrum, they've had terrible fortune with their losses this year. Coming up short in a furious comeback against San Francisco. Losing on a literal kick of God from Justin Tucker. Falling apart on a final drive and losing by field goal to the Vikings. The Vikings. Detroit is so miserable that they probably ended up losing to the bye week by multiple scores. Good lord, this is a team that needs their first win badly. Dan Campbell is a likable folk hero, he of biting kneecaps, endless grit, and crying for his team during press conferences. Not that it matters, since destiny awaits. It's expected that the Steelers dominate on their way to... Why the hell are you fading to black? I was told the new guy would know how to cut video. Do us all a favor and put the game back up on the... No! Stop playing that goddamn music! I said I was done with that shit! There's no fucking drama surrounding this team! Playing it louder isn't going to do anything! Tonight, on Why Is This Still a Thing? The Black and Gold Brigade suffers an infection that takes out the heart of the team. This season, foolish or not, is for Big Ben. His withered corpse will be carried to a Super Bowl come hell or high water. We all know that Ben doesn't like taking no for an answer. Unfortunately for him, Corona-chan also doesn't like hearing that word either. Roethlisberger will be out against Detroit due to COVID protocols. It's a loss for a team that's had trouble producing on the offensive side of the ball, even if he's nowhere near what he was in his prime. As the leader of many took it upon himself to self-report his own symptoms. A true American hero. Now Steeler Nation groans at the prospect of having to see Mason Rudolph the two-pick quarterback again. He's not much of a downgrade from what they have, but don't tell Steelers fans that. It's the thought that counts. Can I stop with the shitty voice yet? Please? Good. Starting the game, you know something's up. The opening snap is mishandled and somehow thrown for a completion. As I'm getting flashbacks to the wildcard game, Pittsburgh does what many somehow did not expect them to do without old man Ben under center. Score a touchdown. To all of our surprise, James Washington still exists. The joy and jubilation of Yinzers commences as they will be going to the Super Bowl. A glorious poaching of Lions is expected on this miserable day near the Three Rivers. If only the game had stopped there. I think everyone outside of sick fucks would agree with that statement. Every fan in attendance now wants not Captain Fat Fuck Dead for lobbing a pass right to the defender. He's at least better than Jared Goff, who decided to go back to 2016 form and can't throw a football. He literally can't. He's injured and limited in ability as a result. May God bless the greatest Steeler to ever live, Presley Harvin. Absolute fucking unit. I wonder if he can play middle linebacker for Pittsburgh. Good in pursuit and open field tackling, couldn't be much worse than some of their depth options. And maybe some of their starters. Detroit gashed the run defense for a long touchdown. In typical Lions fashion, Jamar Jefferson couldn't even celebrate this occasion. He got injured on the damn play. Tie game. But the Black and Gold Brigade has a response. They push down the field again because Detroit is merely a mirage resembling a football team, and Najee Harris rumbles for a touchdown. Shit, holding on the offense. Who knew that going cheap on the offensive line would cost in other ways? The passing attack can't get them to the end zone and play calling gets conservative. A field goal gets them back to the lead. I would thank God himself, but the Detroit Lions offense is still bursting through the Steelers defense by means of the rushing attack. I will, however, thank God that the Lions don't have a real quarterback and can't seal the deal at the goal line. A computer-generated kicker nails a chip shot and we're tied at 10 at half. The hapless Lions are getting the ball at half, but this shouldn't be a problem. All the defense has to do is... no comment. Apparently, no one on the vaunted Steeler D can tackle. The inevitable is here. You know it with 5 words that pierce my soul. Playing down to their competition. At this point, I've come to expect it. This has been a tradition of the Steelers going back to the days of Cower and Knoll. It's bred into Yinzer DNA. Why do you think most of us live here? Because we've accepted playing down to everything in life. But this is something special. A team without much in terms of talent is keeping pace with a supposed Super Bowl contender. This is more than no Ben. Lacking him means not using your first-round running back at the goal line on 3 tries. The deficit is only 3, but this game says a lot about both Detroit's resolve and the Steelers' flaws. People are running through walls for Dan Campbell, and this effort is showing it in spades. Welcome to football hell, where the standard of terrible play is the standard. Detroit is playing hard, but their fans will be miserable due to acquired perks in the early game. But we need one more spark to make this truly miserable. Oh god. TJ Watt? That's the last person the Steelers can afford to lose. Everyone in a 50-mile radius is now rightfully shitting themselves. Myself as well. You'd be knocked out of the game and will probably miss some time, but it's fortunately not the worst case scenario. Praise be our Lord and Savior TJ Watt. Even then, it's a blow to this game and the defense in general. They at least have Najee Harris doing everything on offense to at least get them in field goal range to tie the game. I can only hope that the media isn't lying about Najee sleeping on floors again. But now we begin the true greatness. The football gods desire terror and anguish to be stricken on the football-watching populace. Ref ball with a flop that would make Neymar cringe. 4th down conversions by Detroit at their own 30 to punt on the next set of downs because they have no passing game. Oh, mama, I've been fearing for my life from the long arm of terrible football. Overtime has put an end to my running, and I need to throw it 50 times in this game because Steelers. No one is happy. Yinzers want Mason Rudolph dead for reasons of not being Ben. Detroit just wants the pain to end. All that matters is that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to the Super Bowl, baby! Look at Deontay Johnson! Go, you beautiful bastard, and run for God! Fucking damn it! Woman, you have lied to me! My kingdom for a man that can hold onto the ball longer than a loaf of bread.
Intercepted!
Yes, an interception, my Minka. We're free for... defensive holding. Devin Bush, what the hell happened to you? Where's your game-changing ability? This is trashed your performance, man. You're better than this, boys. Come on! Oh, I forgot. Breathing on a quarterback these days is considered to be roughing the passer. This rule is fucking terrible and inconsistently enforced, but the NFL won't get rid of it because they'll pretend that it prevents concussions. So now Detroit's in field goal range. And all I ask is, how do they fuck this up?
The kick.
Look, I know Heinz Field is a terrible place to kick, but that kind of miss will get you cut from college teams. If this guy were a League of Legends player, he'd be bronze 5. If Detroit is a kicker, this game is already over, but once again, the Lions can have nice things because of Bobby Lane having an old grudge. I wish the Steelers could do something with these opportunities, but they can't because what's the point of snapping a ball properly? The spirit of Marquise Pouncey is in Kendrick Green today, and I couldn't be more proud of him. Here's a near interception because nobody has hands and Mason slightly overthrew the ball. Nobody deserves to win this shitfest. It's an on-field abortion. And I only hope Bane has rigged the field with explosives to put us all out of our misery. But if there's a pastime the Steelers love more than anything, it's being bailed out of their incompetence by talent. I can feel the hope swelling in me now. Mason is moving the ball effectively. They're almost in field goal range. Another incredibly ugly win on their way to the Super Bowl. Hey, a win's a win, right? I can hear the music now. Here I come to say the... No! No! Oh, of course they fumble there, because everything is... Mother... The Steelers tied to the worst team in the NFL, and all I could do is laugh to mask the pain. Najee Harris had spoken in spirit to Donovan McNabb, yet didn't realize that you can tie in the NFL. Well, now you know that. All the while, Joe Schobert publicly jabs at the team saying that they don't take practice seriously. Excuse me, what? Why do you keep doing this to me? Oh God, now the corpse of Ben is going to be trotted out onto the field for the next 5 years because of this. I'll give a lot of credit to the Detroit Lions for their persistence and work ethic, but nobody wins today. Except for the perverse. The only ones satisfied are those that enjoy the horrors of the greatest game. What the hell do you tie with the Lions? Fuckers robbed us of 0-17. We can learn a lesson or two from this game with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They didn't properly secure their most important assets. And hackers, in this case the Detroit Lions, exploited their weaknesses to force an embarrassing outcome for all involved. Consider the Steelers players as your information on the internet. It must be protected at all costs. And with ExpressVPN, the sponsor of this video, your information can be as secure as a victory on Sunday. The most satisfying kind of win. With their world-class data encryption, you can be free of any sort of worry in terms of hackers, exploiters, or internet companies harvesting your info for their gain. For me, the benefit of a VPN comes in the form of accessing material that I normally can't due to archaic region locks. Suppose I stumble onto something I want to watch on YouTube, but it's blocked in the US due to a copyright claim. Well, with ExpressVPN, I can switch over to a server in Canada, and presto! I've got access to material I was once region locked from. And the same goes for websites like Netflix as well. Consider it like souping up your car to give it extra horsepower. That's what a VPN can do for you. And it gets even better. Find out how you can get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free by visiting expressvpn.com/utree or clicking the link in the description below. I've always said that a VPN is vital in this age of internet. And if you are thinking about purchasing one, go with an award-winning contender like ExpressVPN. They're far more reliable than the contestants in The Greatest Game were. Yeesh. Dallas. The soap opera that never got off the ground was filmed here last season. They had flashes of dramatic brilliance, but nothing that was truly iconic. A few things undid it. Firstly, the on-field chaos wasn't sustained. And secondly, the Dallas Cowboys are a good team this season. Their fans boasted that Dak was all they needed to get back to relevance. We laughed in their faces. But it turns out they were right. Not only laying claim to a reinvigorated offense, but an elite defense led by a Dan Quinn more in his comfort zone. He oversaw great legions in Seattle. Without Trayvon Diggs and Micah Parsons are performing in his scheme, America's team has become rightfully insufferable. The boys have lost 2 out of 3 with their offense inexplicably shutting down, but those are fluke concerns. Soap opera aficionados can look elsewhere for their fix, because it isn't happening here. Maybe they can try their opponent. The Las Vegas Raiders are having a season for the ages. A drama-filled epic that will be regaled in the same light as the 1993 Houston Oilers and the bickering Bills when it's all said and done. From the tales of Gruden's emails to Henry Ruggs to Damon Arnett to several of their locker room leaders being torn apart by injury. It's cruel dark humor that would have been seen in the works of Voltaire. A series of painful events that have shaken the team to its core. Las Vegas has barely been able to hold on, but they're losing grip quickly on the situation. They've lost 3 straight in depressing fashion. A fear lingers on in the black hole. The annual midseason collapse is underway, and the Raiders need to bounce back quickly if they are to salvage the year. Not many are giving them a chance, and for good reason. Many expect the Cowboys to dispatch the Raiders with ease. This ain't the 70s anymore, Grandpa. The autumn wind doesn't flow through Dallas. It's because they play in a dome. Hopefully one that will protect the remaining wide receivers. CeeDee Lamb wasn't able to make it past concussion protocol, thus forcing Jerry to kill several doctors for this failure. Corey Cooper had one too many unprotected flings with Corona Chen and is still stuck in COVID protocol. Their receiving core is hollowed out. It shouldn't be a major issue though, especially as the game begins with a deep touchdown to Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson? Shouldn't that guy have a show on the Vegas Strip or something? Dude is 34 and he's still burning secondaries across football. Dallas has slight grumblings, but no real concerns as of yet. Them boys. They're going to the promised land. Dak and Zeke and Amari are the truth. Okay, not Amari today, but once he gets back, he will be. With this efficient, tactful drive for a quick touchdown, there's no reason not to believe this. As Greg the wide left leg strikes with fury and misses the extra point. Of course. But look and behold, a juicy fumble and outstanding heads-up play by the defense to recover the ball. The bad news was that Darren Waller didn't take 3 full steps and it was ruled an incomplete pass. Raiders get really lucky here. Half a second longer and this is a fumble. Everyone bitches at Mike McCarthy for being useless, but he probably couldn't challenge the ruling to begin with. The fortunate thing is that there is confidence that the Raiders will lose everything at the craps table. They can do nothing against Dallas might. But the officials can. Pass interference on Anthony Brown. He's a special character, this corner. He believes in the power of BOGO. You get 1 pass interference call of greater or equal value free from the most hated man in Frisco. That Vegas touchdown drive was thanks to Anthony Brown. And nothing else. But that's Samirich to the real star of this game. The ref ball. Oh, the performances by Sean Hockley and his crew put every game changer on the Cowboys to shame. Great runs undone by shaky holding calls. Penalty after penalty thrown onto the field, mostly against Dallas if you ask Cowboys fans. The refs either had money on this game or are expert trolls. Las Vegas may be up 17-6, but the officials are making the game about themselves and or the lack of discipline on both teams. These two are some of the most penalized teams in the league, you know. Dallas is now in no man's land on 4th and 7. Punt the ball or go for it? No, just make Greg the wide left leg try to kick it from 59 yards out. He at least doinked it for the memes. After even more penalty flags thrown onto the field, the Cowboys' offense somehow was not penalized for a big game. Up next, we will see how Tony Pollard has become a better running back than Zeke is right now. Touchdown, Cowboys. Life is restoring to order. At halftime, league executives are masturbating furiously. We have a game again. And nothing makes it more of a revival of the 70s than a massive brawl taking place after a routine punt. The jabs, the jawing, and the scrums brought back the fury. Kelvin Joseph and Roderick Teamer started the battle, but it's undeniable. Both teams want this game. Both teams need this game. And best of all, nobody is going to be suspended for this fracas. Just mandatory donations to the NFL settlement with St. Louis Fund. Perhaps that money could be used to help the Cowboys as they seem to be struggling for the third time in 4 weeks against an opponent they should be crushing, but something else is a scapegoat. Wonderful ref ball. How is this roughing the passer? What do you want Michael Parsons to do here? Derek Carr is falling to the ground and the helmet hits are incidental. But that's the rule of the land, apparently. We can't breathe on quarterbacks because ratings. It's good enough to get the Raiders back to a 2-score lead. If only there was elite talent that could bail out the Cowboys from this horrible predicament.
Here I come to save the day.
The perfect play for the perfect situation. Excellent tactical genius to get Tony Pollard to run a kickback for a touchdown. Tom Landry himself couldn't write it up any better. This pylon was given a 15-yard penalty for taunting an official. Can we also give the Dallas offense a 15-yard penalty for trying to be too cute on the 2-point conversion? Dallas is still down by 5, so they'll need a strong defensive stand to have any chance of victory. It would have been perfect if it weren't for Anthony fucking Brown. His third defensive PI on the day. Anyone who bet on the over on how many penalties he had is now in the money. I bet the officials may have made a few parlays themselves. The Raiders were at least stopped in their tracks for a field goal. However, there was a glum feeling throughout Jerry's shrine. Dallas is having certain victories slip through their grasp. They know what they need to survive. High-end talent, baby. The kind of performances that make Jerry Boy Hard and his executive suite. The relentless offensive attack ends the agony in 4 plays. But they call more penalties on the offense. They can't recover from the Zebras and must settle for a field goal. And they must settle for their secondary falling apart until the last possible moment, conveniently saved by more ref ball. False start because the center moved his head? Really? The lead is back up to 8 for Las Vegas. Time is no longer on their side. Dem boys now have less than 4 minutes to score a touchdown and salvage the match. That's it? 4 minutes? This is nothing for the group Jerry Jones has assembled. Don't they know that everything is expected to be given to the Cowboys? It's in the NFL charter. I'm not kidding, look it up. Gaze at all of their talent as they score another touchdown in 2 plays. Their legend grows with a 2-point conversion. Outstanding tactical genius by Mike McCarthy. No one can be carried by talent better than him. But the Raiders return the favor, and they will push hard again. However, there's a problem. They are in extreme range for a field goal. Daniel Carlson will need to be at his best to save them here.
Carlson's kick. And it is good!
He's come a long way from being thrown under a train by Mike Zimmer, hasn't he? An immaculate shot to give the Raiders another 3-point lead. Now the Cowboys need to strike again within 2 minutes this time. By the good Lord above, do they succeed. The back and forth battles of forward passes and flags fly as if they are special effects. The budget for this game must have been enormous. And as they line up for a field goal to tie the game, we know the motto.
Here's the kick from 45 for the tie. Zerline delivers.
Everything's bigger in Texas. Even the Thanksgiving games. We're going to overtime. Cowboys fans can see it now. A chance at the #1 seed in the NFC. It's a long shot, but never say never. The truth is that Dallas is winning. It has been written in the book of Jerry many times before. Receiving the ball first in overtime, it is quickly revealed to us that the Cowboys suffer another penalty, ripping them in the back, followed by a quick 3-and-out and forced punt. The Raiders, shocker, take another penalty. They must trek over 75 yards to find pay dirt. And while Josh Jacobs blistered through Dallas's vaunted defense, Micah Parsons is a fucking beast. There's no way they're converting a 3rd and 18.
Carr was looking at him. Now he goes the other side. Down the field to Zay Jones. And it's going to generate another flag on Anthony Brown.
Anthony fucking Brown. I would highly recommend he leave Dallas by secret passageway after this game, for the city is ready to kill him along with the officials. 4 critical pass interference penalties, this one a potential killing blow. Gotta turn your head around, man, this isn't Detroit. Now the Raiders are in field goal range and hope is all but lost. The Raiders will bide their time and line up for the kick. Just let the optimism die. But first, more big plays from our lovely officials. False start on the offense to push them back 5 yards. Okay, that previous statement was deceitful. Let's end it now. It'd be nice if the Cowboys didn't jump off sides there. Perhaps the third time's a charm for once. What is discipline? Is that some ancient art form that was abolished by the Catholic Church? Goodwin's anti-heroics saved the Raiders from missing a crucial field goal since the play was blown dead. The refs are turning into Oprah.
You get a penalty, you get a penalty, and you get a penalty. Everyone's getting flagged today. Here we go. This time for real. And it is delivered good.
How about them zebras? It only took us 4 tries, but the Raiders do the unthinkable. They not only potentially salvaged their season, but massively upset the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas in a game they needed to have. 38.5 million people saw impeccable ref ball with a side of pigskin. What a gutsy performance by Las Vegas. Their roller coaster year of insanity and indignity continues on as their collapse may have been exaggerated. And we know what's responsible for this. A coin. Like all things that make no sense in 2021, it has accurately predicted the outcome of every single Raiders game this season. If it is correct, it predicts that they will sneak into the 7th seed with a 10-7 record. All hail the coin. May its wisdom and impartiality guide us in all aspects of life. The greatest game brought about an equally greater aftermath for Dallas. Jerry Jones was irate. The volcano has erupted with fury. Jerry Boy has publicly lambasted both the officials and the league for their incompetence in ref ball. He demands discretion in how games are reffed, since it was his team that lost this crucial contest. Jerry will both be writing an angry email to the NFL and planting a severed horse's head in Rodgers' bed. Despite his anger, all of the complaining still won't save them from reality. Their number 1 seed aspirations are all but gone. Potentially 3 games back of it with 6 games left? Near impossible. Just like the final stats from the greatest game itself. Let us take a moment and truly reflect on the majesty that we have just seen. If John Madden were still giving out turkey legs, they should go to Sean Hockley and his officiating group for their impactful performance in all facets. Jerry Jones would certainly agree.